I'm Kate Milford, and this is Tilly, and we're here to introduce GREENGLASS HOUSE, which is the December book club pick for Bee's Bookshelf. And I'm so happy that hopefully some of you are going to be reading this month, because December is the perfect time to read GREENGLASS HOUSE. GREENGLASS HOUSE is set in an inn called GREENGLASS HOUSE, and Milo, whose family runs the inn, usually actually has it to themselves during the winter holidays. You'd think that would be a big travel time, but in this city where the book is set, the inn usually caters mostly to smugglers. And in this town, smugglers are a big part of the community. They're actually good guys. But in the winter, they go to warmer places and the inn is usually pretty empty. But one year, Milo comes home on the last day of school, and he's all excited to have the house and his parents to himself. And all of a sudden, just as he's about to sit down with his first cup of hot chocolate, the doorbell rings. And it rings again and again and again, until suddenly the house is full of unexpected guests. They're all a little strange. They're all acting a little bit cagey. It's unclear why anyone decided to come right then. But guests are guests. So Milo's parents call back their cook. The cook brings her daughter, Meddy. And Meddy, who can see immediately that Milo is really unsettled by all of this unexpected traffic in his house when he was planning to have it to himself, suggests that they invent a game to pass the time. Also, it starts snowing, so very quickly they're all snowed in as well. Meddy is a big role-playing game fan. Milo has really never played much. And so Meddy says, listen, we can invent a game and we'll pretend there's something strange going on in the house, and it'll just help pass the time. But we'll have to make up characters for ourselves, because when you play a role-playing game, oftentimes you make up sometimes a different version of yourself, sometimes a character totally unlike yourself. But Meddy says, Milo, you can pick the things that you think would help you be comfortable in the house and add them to your character. And so they do. And then, of course, because this is a mystery, very quickly it becomes clear that actually there is something strange going on in the house, and actually there is a mystery for them to solve. And actually the characters that they create do help them find what they need in themselves to solve the mystery. Which brings me to my connection with exciting words, because I was never in a spelling bee. But obviously I'm someone who likes words a lot. And one of my favorite things is finding strange to me, unknown to me, interesting, unusual words. And sometimes I do it for a specific reason. For instance, in GREENGLASS HOUSE, there's a section where Meddy is trying to help Milo figure out what his character is going to be. Now, if you know anything about role-playing games, you might know that Dungeons and Dragons is like the granddaddy of role-playing games. And a lot of what we know in terms of character classes, or what you're familiar with, comes from Dungeons and Dragons. So I had to come up with my own role-playing game and come up with different types of character classes that mirrored what Dungeons and Dragons has, because I wanted it to be familiar to other people who play role-playing games, but were my own versions of it. So I went deep into different types of warriors and magic users and fighters, and so that was really fun. And sometimes, so that was a specific instance where I knew I had to find something, but sometimes I just come across words that I know I don't want to forget, because maybe I'll use them at some point. And if I'm organized when I find those words, I put them in my commonplace book. And just flipping through it, I found a couple phrases and words that are interesting here. Guising traditions and souling, which has to do with folklore traditions of singing for the dead. And then here's something about a Brocken specter, which is like a cool trick of the light that can happen under certain circumstances. If I'm not organized though, I just write those words on any old thing I can find. So just this week, I had to write some things on a bookmark, because the book I was reading had some great words like apotropaic and theriomorph. Sometimes I remember to write down the definitions and sometimes I don't. And then also, this is my notebook where I keep track of my word counts when I'm trying to write a draft. And I just have words scrawled all over the place in these, so that hopefully I'll come back and remember why I thought raboteur was a cool word, or racoleurs, or rameneurs. I don't remember what those means, but I'll look them up at some point. So anyhow, I hope that you will enjoy Greenglass House. Thank you so much for reading. And if you enjoy Greenglass House and you need another cozy mystery set in the winter, I hope that you'll pick up Milo and Meddy's second adventure, which is Ghosts of Greenglass House, which also takes place in the winter. And maybe you'll even follow Meddy on an adventure with the Thief Knot in a different part of town. Happy December, happy holidays if you celebrate this month, and I hope that you will continue to find great books and great words, and I'll see you again soon.